Hello, hey stream team. I'm back. I'm back. And we are still on our summer body fitness grind. And to complement that, I'm going to talk about diet tonight. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the 10 most effective diet programs. Now, you know, when I come into the stream, I have some things I have to take care of. I got to get the candle lit, I got to get the music started, and I got to get my information pinned to the chat. But before I do those three critical things, I will just give you a brief rundown of what the list is. I will not stall on you. I will just give you a quick overview, and then I'll go into detail on each of these 10 diet programs. Number 1, Keto Diet. Number 2, Paleo. Number 3, Intermittent Fasting. Number 4, the Mediterranean Diet. Number 5, a plant-based diet. Number 6, the DASH diet. This one was new to me, so we're both getting educated on that one. Whole 30, again, this one was new to me, so happy to share what I researched. The Flexitarian Diet, an interesting one. Number 9, the Zone Diet. And number 10, the South Beach Diet. All right, so those are the 10. We're gonna get into them very shortly, but first, let me get some music into this stream. Candle, dimly lit. Let me take care of that action. Gotta get the dimly lit candle. All right, candle lit, bam, bam. Okay, candle lit. Now let's go into the musical part of this. There it is. All right, so music is on deck. And the third thing I mentioned, I just need to get my information pinned into the chat. And then we'll get started on these diets. All right, almost there. Okay, so here we go. I am now into this stream. Okay. Hey, Dom, what's up? You're fasting. Dom, you're on it. Okay, Dom, you're a beast. I love it. Dom, I love all of that action for you. That is wonderful. Kill it. Dom's killing it. Okay, Dom, you're raising the bar for all of us, and that's what I'm talking about. I love that energy for us. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let me lower that music a little bit. And let me just pin this information to the chat, and then we'll start talking about the diet, so that Dom, when you break that fast, when you break it, you'll know what to eat. You'll have all of the deets on the best meal to support the physique you're building. I'm so excited for all of us. This is gonna be the best summer ever. I already feel it. I already feel it. Like, there's something about when you know you're gonna just crush it. It's like you have a premonition. You feel it in your gut. And I feel like I'm about to crush it as far as this fitness challenge goes. As well as this summer. I feel like this summer is going to be a seminal summer. All right, so wait, what's going on? Lots of people entered the stream. What we got going on here? Let me say some hellos here. Dylan, what's up? Dylan, I don't know what any of those letters are representing, so you have to explain yourself. Rachel Nash, what's up, Rachel? Chaos 9981. Well, thank you, Chaos. Thank you. And hello, Amanda Stewart. Okay, some interesting emojis you got there, Amanda. You can break it with steak. That's a great way to break it. Why not? Yes, Rachel, I'm having a great day. How about you? What? Eldar Babaev. I'm guessing English isn't your first language, which I respect it, but unfortunately I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there. So you gotta like consult Google Translate again. I'm not sure on that one. 850 Cease, hey 850 Cease, good to see you in the stream. Tonight we're talking about diet regimens, because you know we're on our summer body kick on this channel. I released a warm-up video, the first of many workout videos that are going to be on the channel. So if you haven't seen that warm-up video, check that out. Use it as your warm-up. Like, you could use it in the morning to get warmed up, or you can use it as your pre-workout warm-up for any workout that you do, whether it's one on my channel or elsewhere. Got it? Yeah, that's there for you. But all this working out is great, but as we all know, abs are built in the kitchen, i.e., unless you get rid of, some body fat, unless you lower your percentage of body fat, you're not going to be able to see any of the definition that you're building, right? All the muscle that you're building won't be visible. It'll be hidden under a layer of fat unless you do some dieting. You got to have, a calorie reduction. And some of that's going to come through all of the working out you're doing, like you're going to be burning more than you're eating. However, If you're eating the right things in the right proportions, then your results are going to be even more rapid and more significant. What are you saying here, Dom? Okay. Oh, okay. I'll think about it, Dom. Maybe I can make a Discord. I keep being told to make a Discord. I got to do some Discord investigation. Nice. Okay, JQ. I'm happy to have you here. What's up, JQ? How did you find the channel? Scrolling, did the workout, did a meditation video. I'm always curious how people find me. Yeah, David Castillo is giving you the absolute wrong advice. So hopefully David is just someone with a sense of humor and not a troll. Oh, you're scrolling. Okay, well, thank you for stopping by, JQ. Yes. All right, so let me get my list out. All right, so the number one, JQ, you're right on top of it, because the number one diet I have on here as far as effective, and I should preface this by saying, by effective, I mean it's going to give you fat loss results rapidly. Obviously, you want to choose a diet that's sustainable and that's something that can keep you healthy for the rest of your life, which is why I think Paleo Diet is probably the one I would lean to for like longest results, or Mediterranean. But I do think keto is a great transition diet, because while I don't know if it's reasonable for everyone to be able to eat that way indefinitely, I think it's great if you're someone who struggles with maybe a little bit of a carbohydrate addiction, or you're trying to see a rapid turnaround for specific reasons. I think taking some time on keto is great because it sort of weans you off of sugar. It gets you off of sugar. It gets you out of that like sugar craving cycle. And from that place of sanity, then you can sort of decide what your ideal lifelong diet would be. So keto is number one, and that is a low carbohydrate diet where you're just not having insulin spikes. Well, no, David Castillo, it's not eat whatever you want, because if you eat the wrong foods, while you may still get lean to a degree, you're not going to be healthy. And we don't just want a lean body that's, built with garbage. We don't want you just having like fried foods and bad oils and low quality meats and empty carbohydrate calories. Yes, you may get lean, but who do you think is going to look better and have a better life and look better on the inside? Someone who eats that way, or someone who's having lots of organic, healthy, delicious, fresh produce and high quality cuts of lean meat? Some fat, but high quality meat. The quality of the foods that you take in definitely makes a difference in the quality of the body that you will have. Bryce! Energy low on keto. Yeah, it can be that. Well, let's eat some of it. What cake, Dylan? There's no cake on offer here, and there's no cake in any of these diets. So I would say cake should be the first thing to remove from your list, sir. Nice, Bryce, I love that for you. What was this? Chaos 9981. My channel is all about having an optimal, amazing life and building a thriving community of high vibrating people. So I have guided meditations on my channel. We now have fitness content on my channel. I have social commentaries that talk about the things that are wrong in our world and how we can possibly fix them, and how those things being wrong is affecting us. And I also live stream every night to build community with those who subscribe to me. And I've had people from 65 different countries visit my live stream in the last 6 months. This is day 182 of me consecutive live streaming. I started in October of 2024, and I'm not stopping. I'm trying to go for an entire year, or until the channel blows up, whichever comes first. You stay in life in place. Okay. Yeah, you've got to be kidding, David Castillo, because that much activity would definitely put you at risk for injury very quickly. You wouldn't be able to sustain that. That's not sustainable. We really want something that's sustainable. As much as you want to have like amazing results, you also don't want something that you're going to want to like liberate yourself from. You're trying to design a diet and workout regimen that can become a habit. So I would encourage everyone to take the approach of, it's not the summer body challenge was just the impetus to get you started, but we don't want you doing any crash diet, and we don't want you doing any kind of like over the top overtraining. We want you to start a process that's going to be a lifelong practice where you're just someone who works out and eats well, because that's who you are. And it started now getting on the beach and looking your best was, you know, the inspiration, but really it's the inspiration for a habit that's going to be lifelong. That's what we're going for over here. What inspired me to start my channel, Alaskan? Ironically enough, it was out of frustration. Several different types of frustration led me to start the channel. One of the frustrations was a lack of community. I didn't really see a place on the internet or in real life where the conversations that I wanted to have with the wider adult world were being had. So I was like, well, let me try and create that space. Let me try and create a third space, so to speak, for people to gather from all over the world and have actual dialogue that isn't like about, you know, trying to best each other or trigger each other. Is actually trying to have like productive adult conversations and improve each other's lives. So it was trying to create a sense of community, and then also wanting a creative outlet, because I was doing like, you know, corporate work, and I continue to do that. That is very like analytical and not creative, but I have a very creative side that wasn't being fed. And so creating videos and creating content allows me to nurture that part of myself. And also, I've always had a feeling that my greatest gift is as some form of communicator. And so I want to be able to communicate with the wider world and use my voice and whatever talents I have to make a difference in whatever little way that I can. Let's see. Hello, Anthony Cologne is back. Love to see it, Anthony. Anthony, are you gonna do the summer body challenge with us? I hope so. Oh, well, thank you, Chaos. Juicing's great. I mean, I would add any of these diets. You can throw juicing in on top of any of these diets and just up the, you know, nutrient contents. Juicing is great for like, you know, just getting bulk loading nutrients. So the first one we covered was keto, right? We went over that one. I mean, that one is all about getting yourself in a state of ketosis where you're essentially, you know, you're burning your body's fat for fuel as opposed to relying on carbohydrates and riding the roller coaster of carbohydrates for fuel. And I've done keto diets on and off, and I think they're great whenever I'm starting to feel like a little too fluffy, or I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm in some kind of sugar cycle, although I try not to have any refined sugar. If that does start to creep in somehow, or I feel like I'm relying too much on carbohydrates like rice or potatoes or something, then it's time to go keto for a few weeks and get myself back to, you know, back to a place where I'm not on a carbohydrate roller coaster. So I think keto is great for that. Paleo is another one, which is about like just eating whole foods. Don't eat anything processed. And I would say, I would put, you know, paleo as the foundation for all of these. Like, I think whether you're doing keto or intermittent fasting or Mediterranean or any of these, you should just be eating whole foods. I don't really think processed foods have a place in anyone's diet, no matter what diet program you're following. Don't make processed foods a part of it. There's nothing there for you of any benefit. Nature got it right the first time, and any kind of man-made food is going to be inferior, if not downright detrimental. Woo! Okay, Anthony. I love to see it. Yes, thank you, JQ. Anthony, I'm excited for you. You gotta try my warm-up, Anthony, and there'll be a lot more fitness content coming on this channel. Oh, okay, I love that. All right, so, right. We talked about keto, we talked about paleo, which is essentially like eating like our ancestors. It's like the caveman diet, but really it's just, you're just eating whole foods. You're just eating things that are meat, produce, nuts, nothing that's agricultural based, so nothing that's like farming based, kind of like just natural food. So you're not going to be eating like really like grains and things like that. You're just going to be eating like meat and produce essentially, maybe some nuts, some fruits, but basic, straightforward food that you would find in nature if you were just living out in the wild without farming. So that's paleo. Intermittent fasting. Now it's interesting that I don't know if I would call this a diet. I would say this is a technique that you could use in conjunction with any of these other diets. So you could intermittent fast with keto, or you could intermittent fast with paleo, but really it's just essentially having an eating window. So instead of doing that standard American, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Instead, you're going to have a shorter eating window, essentially a very short window where you're spiking your insulin. So some people do 16-8, you know, some people do 14-10, some people do 20-4. Some people do OMAD, or 1 meal a day, and you just have one large meal at the end of the day, and you're fasting throughout the day. So there's all different types of intermittent fasting that can be suitable. So you kind of would have to research what would work best for you in your situation. But it's definitely a technique I've employed, and I've gotten great results from it. But again, I should throw in my disclaimer here. Always consult a physician. If any of this is new to you, always consult a physician, even if it's not new to you. Before you begin any diet or exercise program, consult a physician, of which I am not one. Okay, that was a disclaimer. And let me see what else is going on. Okay. Whoa, okay, those are some serious calisthenics, Anthony Colon. Oh, you're eating OMAD right now? Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Let's see. So we got intermittent fasting. Okay, right. Mediterranean diet. This is one of my favorites. This is the number 4 one. The Mediterranean diet is focused on heart-healthy fats and whole foods. So not so different than keto or paleo, with the exception that it's okay. I guess in a Mediterranean diet, you may have some products that are more like agriculture based, like you could have a whole grain bread, like that sort of thing, or you could have like a pasta that's made with made from wheat, but not like American wheat, like Italian, like Mediterranean wheat that hasn't been, you know, hasn't been genetically engineered. So non-GMO farmed natural foods would be part of the Mediterranean diet. But when I think of the Mediterranean diet, I think of lots of fresh fish, lots of fresh vegetables, you know, like a Greek food diet where you're having like a big salad, a little bit of feta, and a piece of grilled fish or meat as your dinner, and maybe a little bit of hummus and pita, like that style of eating. And the Mediterranean diets have the most centenarians. So people in like Okinawa who are, I guess, you know, very regularly live past 100. They're on a Mediterranean diet like that. So definitely one to consider for longevity. And then let's see, plant-based diet. Now this one I think is a little controversial. Plant-based diet is reducing animal products for better health. Sure. Oh wait, you can have wine on the Med diet. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, exactly. Clean and delicious, Anthony. I love eating that way. Exactly, Alaskan Beal Tundra. Exactly, Blue Zones. Correct. I love it. My stream, it makes sense. You're all resonating with me. We're on the same page. That's why we were drawn to each other. We get it. We get it. And that's why we're going to commune with each other. I love this. I love this for us. So yeah, the Mediterranean diet is definitely one of my favorites. Now, plant-based, I thrive with animal products in my diet. Now, I don't do well with dairy. I don't generally eat dairy. I mean, maybe a little bit of yogurt. There's some yogurts that I like, but aside from that, I don't really eat dairy. So in that way, it doesn't agree with me. But I think for a lot of people, meat and eggs are great for both muscle building and satiation and just overall health and vitality. So I tried being vegan I did it for 4 months. And at the end of it, I looked so depleted and sickly. And I was doing all the things they say you're supposed to do, taking the supplemental things that you're supposed to, taking an additional protein shake. I really tried to cover whatever holes that I needed to cover to mitigate the fact that I wasn't having meat. And yet, and still, I just was not looking my best. I could see a decline in my health and appearance. My cheeks got all gaunt. I just wasn't looking right. And I wasn't feeling right. I was really low energy. So I won't criticize the diet, but I know it's not right for me. And what I will say about that diet and any diet is that I don't think there's any one diet that's gonna be right for everybody. Like, we're all from different parts of the world. We all have different genetics. So what might be wrong for me might be perfect for you. So it's really about knowing your body, studying what you respond to, and finding what works best for you. So these are just 10 of the most popular ones that are very effective at helping you get lean and feel, you know, invigorated and see a change that will motivate you to continue all these good habits. What is Anthony saying? Yes. I'm gonna take a moment here and just change this music up a little bit. because it's a little too, it gets a little too roughneck. So let me go into this playlist and just make it a little bit more palatable for what we're up to. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Right. So that's what I would say about plant-based. I don't think it's for everyone. You'd have to experiment with it. There are lots of benefits to it, but for some people, it's just not viable. And for me, it wasn't viable. No, I'm not familiar with him, Michael. Tell me more. Who is he? The next diet listed is the DASH diet, which is a diet specifically for people with hypertension or high blood pressure, which I'm not that. I actually have low blood pressure, or what they would consider low, but really it's just, if you're someone who does a lot of cardio, you're gonna have what they call low blood pressure, but it's not unhealthy. It's just that you're at, your resting heart rate and sometimes your blood pressure can be low if you're someone who does a lot of cardio. So I don't have that issue, but the DASH diet is something to look into if you're someone who has blood pressure issues. I don't know a whole lot about that one, but I thought I'd put it out there in case that is you. It's something you could talk to your doctor about. Whole30 is a 30-day elimination diet for detox and resetting eating habits. So Whole30 is another one of these transition diets, the same way I think keto is. It's something to, if you're someone who is, you know your diet is not in a good place, it's like, it needs a lot of cleaning up and it needs a lot of work. A Whole30 approach for the first 30 days to like reset your system, just eating whole foods for 30 days, like getting yourself back to a more natural state, or taking a few weeks and doing keto and doing Whole30 to get yourself back to zero so you can figure out what's best for your body and what works for you. So I think Whole30 is one for someone, if you're someone who eats a lot of processed foods or eats a lot of fast foods, that might be the first step for you to just get your diet cleaned up. And then from there, you can make the decision about what you want for the long term. A violinist that plays over. Oh, cool, Anthony. I'll definitely look into it. Oh, really? Lasting time. I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, if you have a medical condition, that's why it's really important to talk to a doctor before you make any drastic change to your diet. Because if you do have any pre-existing conditions, there may be diets that are designed to serve that, and that's something you would have to explore with your physician. So definitely do your research. And nothing I'm saying is like there's no one diet or no one approach that's going to work for anyone, but these are all diets to be aware of and to consider trying and seeing how you feel. And so yeah, lots of options. Flexitarian diet is mostly plant-based with occasional meat consumption. So this is sort of like, I think it's an acknowledgement that most people, not most, but a lot, I'll just say a lot, myself included, of people are not going to thrive with a plant-based diet. So it's basically saying you're plant-based most of the time, but occasionally you're going to answer the call when your body tells you that it wants meat and it wants protein. And I think it's important to have that attitude of, I'm going to answer my body's call. Like, I think my problem with the plant-based diet was that it was like ideological of like, no, I will not eat this meat, even though that's what my body wants. And so it's like counterintuitive. I'm always going to listen to my body first. I'm going to give my body what it wants. And so that's why I think flexitarian is a better approach as far as plant-based goes, where fine, try and just eat plants. But if your body is really sending that signal that it wants some meat, answer the call. Yes, exactly. And I mean, plant-based, I don't think any of these diets that I'm naming, I don't think processed foods should be a part of any of them. So if you're plant-based, I don't think you should be like a junk food plant-based person. Like, I think your diet should be whole foods, period. Now, within that, you could do plant-based, you could do, zone, you could do whatever. But I think the whole foods needs to be like foundational to any of these diets. Yeah, I don't understand the whole meat substitute thing. I think is utterly ridiculous, because when you look at what the ingredients are, it's a no. It's just an easy no. It's like, if you want meat and your body's craving meat, you need to eat meat. That is how I feel about that. Zone diet is about having a very particular balance of or ratio of protein to carb to fat each meal. So it's a very particular ratio that you're targeting. You have to do a little bit of number crunching on that one. And so I don't know if it's practical for a lot of people long-term, because I mean, I guess eventually you would kind of know what foods are in balance and you'd be able to just eat intuitively within those numbers, but it does take an initial investment of time to like get yourself up to speed with that. So I don't know if it's great for someone who doesn't have that time or energy to devote to it. However, that ratio can be very satisfying and like satiating for people, so that it allows them to eat less calories and feel, you know, energy without feeling any sluggishness, and yet they feel satisfied. So it's something to consider if that's you. If you're someone, you know, you maybe you overeat or you don't like dieting because you feel like you'll never get full, maybe eating in this ratio, this zone ratio, will give you that sort of satiation that maybe you don't associate with dieting. So something to consider there. And then this South Beach diet, and since I'm in South Florida, I kind of want to love this one. And it's very vague in the way it's described as low carb with a focus on healthy fats and proteins. So I think, you know, though that descriptor could be applied to a lot of these, low carb with focus on healthy fats and protein. So a good all around note. The moniker South Beach is not necessarily like, I don't think they have the patent on low carb with focus on healthy fats and low proteins, but that descriptor is a great way to go. Low carb, great high quality protein, and really healthy fats. I don't think you can go wrong with that. Maple's back. What's up? Okay, Anthony. Well, yeah, I mean, if you like black bean burgers, that's fine. And if they're minimally processed, where it's just mostly just black beans, like in a cake, like a patty of black beans, okay, fine. You know, that's fine. Hey, Mark Anthony Jenkins, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. We are talking about all things nutrition and diet as it relates to the Summer Body Challenge, because we all know that abs are built in the kitchen. And we know that none of the results that we're trying to see in our physiques are going to be evident unless we have a diet that is supporting that. So tonight, I've been covering the top 10 most effective diets in terms of getting you lean and healthy, and also diets that are sustainable for you to just thrive in general. And to summarize what those are, because we just covered all 10 of them, and we did it in just under 30 minutes, which I love. So let me just summarize, and then we'll have a whole other half hour of the stream to just do a little Q&A, a little back and forth, and talk about any and everything we want. So summarizing those diets for everyone to look into and consider as they embark on their Summer Body Challenge to support all that working out: Keto Diet, low carb, high fat for weight loss; Paleo Diet, eating like our ancestors with whole foods; Intermittent Fasting, time restricted eating for fat loss, a technique that you can employ with any of the other diets; Mediterranean Diet, focused on heart healthy fats and whole foods, and known to yield quite a few centenarians; Plant-based Diet, reducing animal products for better health; DASH Diet, a dietary approach specifically for those with hypertension; Whole 30, a 30-day elimination diet for detox and resetting eating habits. Great for someone who knows they've got a junky diet, they know, and they're trying to clean it up. So it's a great transition diet. Flexitarian, for those who want a mostly plant-based diet, but they crave meat still, and this allows them to answer that craving call. Zone Diet, eating in a specific ratio of protein, carb, and fat at each meal that's gonna give you a lot of satiation without a lot of calories. So an interesting approach. May take a little while to get used to the numbers, crunch a little numbers in the beginning to get the ratio down, but once you do, you might be one of the people that find it extremely satisfying. And South Beach Diet. The name sounds, you know, a little glam, but really it's just a low carb diet with focus on healthy fats and proteins. So hard to argue with that. So those are the 10 most effective diets, and they can, you know, yield great results for you. So I would say, with the help of your physician, before you change anything, try one of these diets. Clean up your diet if you're someone who you know you're not eating well, or try a little intermittent fasting if you're on one of these diets already. If you already are practicing a Mediterranean diet or you know, a keto diet, you know, throw in some intermittent fasting and see what kind of results you get. I find it's great for mental clarity, and also like if you're really trying to lean out at the end, like I find it's a great way to, at the beginning of a you know, of a transformation, it's a great way to, you know, reset your like sugar balance, so you're not carb dependent. And it's a great way at the end as like a finisher to like give you that ultra lean out. You drop water with that as well. So something to consider. All right, we covered those diets right at the 30-minute mark. I love that. Okay, and so now we can talk about everything. We can continue talking about fitness and health, or we can talk about anything else because it's Saturday night. Okay, the gut is the second brain after all. Yes, I have heard that as well, and it's very true. Nice, okay. You make your own? Okay, well, that's great. If you're making them yourself, Anthony, then you can control all the ingredients. And I'm always in favor of being able to control all of your own ingredients so you know the quality is there. And hydrate, Alaskan Tundra's throws in. Yes, you got to get your water. For me, I make sure when I'm working out that I have a nice big bottle of water with me, like, and I drink throughout the process. So by the time I've completed my workout in the morning, I've already had a lot of water for the day. And then I just keep a water bottle with me, you know, throughout my work day and drink water. But yeah, you gotta be hydrated, absolutely. And you also gotta make sure you're getting enough fiber. Like, so, you know, some of these diets, especially if you're like going for keto, you've gotta make sure that you're getting the fiber component. I think it's easy for people to just eat meat or just eat eggs or just, you know, but you gotta have that broccoli, have a little cabbage, have some kale, like make sure you're getting some roughage in there to keep everything moving through your system. Yes. And I had a great workout today, I should say. Like I felt spring. Like today was the first day that felt like there's a certain feeling. It's hard to describe. It's hard for me to explain, but when the weather changes, there's a certain moment that I feel when that changeover happens, and I felt it today. Like today was the first day that felt like, oh, it feels like springtime, and I love that feeling. I love it. It's exciting to me. It feels like all this new possibility, and I find it really invigorating. So I got that feeling today, so I was really excited. All right, so we're gonna be fit. So I have the warm-up video on the challenge. I'm shooting a 30-minute complete workout, glute focused, and then I'm gonna shoot a back one and a leg one. Oh, you crave spring? Yeah. Oh, you moved to a colder climate. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did the opposite move. I was in the Northeast and then I moved south, so to escape winter. So I'm going into, it gets quite tropical here in the summer, like hot. But this is that window where it's just really beautiful and lush. And so I'm enjoying that. Maddie, yes, Maddie, welcome back. Good to see you. How you been, Maddie? Yeah, spring is really great for me mentally. Like I feel like it resets me. I feel like all this possibility. I feel renewed energy. I feel like wind in my sails in spring. So I'm excited for it. J&J is in the house. Whoop whoop. What's up? My Alabama twin mods are in the house. Who's at the helm? Judson or Joshua? Any inquiry healing supplements? I did a live stream a couple weeks ago on the 10 supplements that you should be taking if you want optimal results. That's in a playlist on my channel. If you go to my channel in the Fitness Secrets Revealed playlist, there's a live stream dedicated to supplements and the 10 that you should be using. DSRC-25. Judson, all right. Justin, are you doing the summer body challenge? And did you see my warm-up video? And are you gonna use it to warm up? And have more videos coming, more workout videos coming. I have to have at least 7 up so that you have one for every day of the week. And they're all gonna be different. Like some of them are gonna be calisthenics, so it's just body weight. Some of them are gonna be using free weights and or machines. One's gonna be a fully dancing workout, because I think you need to have one day where you're just dancing, even if you're a dude. Yes, even for dudes. One's gonna be a yoga workout, a full yoga flow for you to do. One's gonna be at the track, a running workout. So there's gonna be varied training, because that's the approach I take. I don't just do one style. So with my Summer Body Challenge program, you gotta cross train. You're gonna have to be doing a little bit of everything. Powerlifting, powerlifting is not part of my repertoire. I don't really think I don't know. I'm not fully educated about it. However, based on what I do know about it, I don't find that it makes sense. It's given the aesthetic sensibilities that I have, powerlifting does not make sense. And also I feel like it's very injury prone approach to take to fitness. Like I think it's very easy to injure yourself, and that you need to be really trained by a professional to enter into that kind of training and not have problems going forward. So that's not something I necessarily endorse or have any experience with, so I won't be touching on powerlifting. Yes, I'm glad you're into it. Glad you're into it, Judson. Yeah, and also, I mean, I've seen the power lifter bodies, and that's not a physique I aspire to. I don't think, and also they always have like so many knee problems and everything. Like it just, to me, I guess it takes a certain type of person to really be into that, and I think that's great if you're into it, but for me, it never called to me. I take more of a athletic, I guess, approach. Like I know I'm not like bodybuilder, but I think bodybuilding definitely is one of the components. I do think it's important to weight train and build muscle and lift things, and because it builds bone density, and for people as they mature, that's really important. So I think weight training is definitely a component of a good exercise, comprehensive exercise program, but not necessarily bodybuilding, because that's a very specific type of weight training. But I do think you need to have strength training regimen as part of your regimen. I think you have to have dance and yoga as part of your regimen, so that you always have a fluidity to your body and you always have your full range of motion, so you're not just one of these like muscle guys that like can't move around. Yes, functional fitness is key, because we want bodies that are going to be able to perform at their highest level for life, hopefully without injury. Like we want to be doing the kind of training that makes you better at living, so that you're an athlete in your life. So yeah, I'm just excited. Fitness has always been something that I've been like passionate about and that I truly enjoy. So I'm really excited to finally be doing something where I share, you know, my approach to it, and I can do videos for people and talk about it, because it's been so important to me, not just in terms of physicality and my health, but I really think it is mentally key. When I started the meditation practice that I do now, it was really born out of the meditative moments that came from exercising. Like I think when you're really working out and training and focused, it's a form of meditation. It's a moving meditation. And so for me, it's working out is like clears my mind, helps me focus. It's invaluable. Okay, DSR, I got you. Yeah, I get you. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And we've got 20 minutes-ish left in the stream to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Any other workout-related queries? If not, we can move on to other topics. I think I'm gonna end this playlist. It's getting a little too hip-hop-ish. A little too late for that particular vibes. I'm gonna do a little of my own homegrown playlist here and add some more beats. Maybe. I mean, I wasn't really interested in being a trainer in that sense. What I really am good at with people is I may, just so I have it, because that credential may, you know, lend a certain credibility, but really the role that I want is less someone teaching you in that way and more someone who is teaching you on the mental side of it and helping you with this, with the mindset of winning and transformation. Yeah, promote good biological health. Well, I think all of the workouts that I'm going to do and doing them in their totality, like if you really take a week and you sort of follow the program that I'm encouraging, which is 5 days a week of training, 1 day of recovery, and then 1 day of rest, I think that's a lifelong practice that can yield a healthy, vibrant body for life. Especially, you know, of those 5 days, one of them is weights, strength training, then one of them is calisthenics training, one of them is yoga, one of them is dancing, and one of them is, you know, track or running drills, or, you know, a wild card day where you do, you know, something different, and then you have a recovery day of foam rolling and stretching, and then you have a complete rest day where you're just doing self-care. Like, that's kind of the approach that I'm taking, and I think it's completely sustainable and yields great results. Specifically lower body, yeah, I will have some lower body workouts. I tend to have lower body workouts that are glute focused, not just for the aesthetic part of it, but because I really think that muscle group is so key, especially as one ages, to keep the strength there, because it's, you know, it's like your largest muscle group and it supports everything. Like, you want to be able to jump and run, and it gives you know, it takes stress off of your back if those muscles are engaged and active. And so I just think it's really important for life, health, and longevity, mobility, great aging, to have the lower body strong, and the glutes in particular. Not just for the aesthetic part, which we all get that it looks great, you know, there's a there's a draw there. But beyond that, functionally speaking, as a healthy human, you need those muscles to be strong and you know, engaged and active. Cupping and massage. Ooh, okay. I could do a video like that. Thank you. That is a great suggestion, DS. I will consider doing that. Maybe I can do like a vlog where I get those and share my experience, because I think those are great modalities to support your regimen. Like, I think it's great if you can, you know, as often as you can. If you do it once a week, that'd be awesome. But even if you could do it once a month, get a massage to like help on your recovery day, I think that would be great. Like, the recovery day, I usually say foam rolling and stretching, because I think those are things that people can do for themselves, so it's accessible to everyone. But if you are able to reach out and have a professional and do modalities like that on your recovery day, even better. So yes, cupping, I've seen and researched cupping, but something about it, I don't know, it just has never really appealed to me, and I don't know. But I would like to try acupuncture. That is what I'm interested in. But the massage part for sure. So yeah, I'll consider doing a video like that. Maybe like a vlog or something where I do some of the, you know, like recovery modalities. That would be nice. That's a good idea. Or I can do, also I was thinking of doing a hot cold plunge one. So that's another one that I'm thinking of doing. And those are what I would call like bonus things that you can kind of throw in to, you know, keep it fresh, because the reason I take the approach of doing a different style of training every day for the 5 days a week that you train is that you don't ever want to get bored, or you don't want your muscles to get, you know, what's the word? Accustomed to any one style of training, so that, you know, you lose range of motion, or you have a body that looks easily identifiable as just the weights body or just the this or that body. I think if you do all different types of things, you're just gonna look athletic and fit and healthy in a very natural way, which at least that's the aesthetic that I aspire to. And so that's the kind of training I do. All right, let me get another fresh tune up in here. I'm sorry, tune, there it is, okay. And we've got 15 minutes left in the stream. This is an interesting Saturday night, although I did come on quite late. I gotta get better about coming on earlier. Like, I'm missing my windows and the algo is punishing me. But I appreciate anyone who is here. Thank you for being here. Just know there's gonna be lots of more piping hot content coming. And just putting out that one workout video led to people watching so many other videos. So I've definitely been remiss in not focusing more on video production and less on live streaming, but live streaming just comes very naturally to me, and it's something I can easily do to connect and keep the channel alive and keep meeting new people and new subscribers and growing the tribe. So I'm glad I did it, but I definitely will be stepping up my video output. Making videos is satisfying in a whole different way, because videos just have this life of their own, where like a live stream is, you know, sort of alive for like a 72-hour period on YouTube. But when you make a video, it literally can lie dormant for months or even years, apparently, and then all of a sudden resurrect and start getting views again. So there's something exciting about the momentum of when you release a video and seeing people and seeing the numbers go up, and then also the fact that it can always have a resurgence. Mike Russo. Wow, Mike, you do know this is YouTube, right? This isn't OF, this isn't P-Hub, this isn't some cam site. This is YouTube, sir. So I would highly recommend that you take all of that thirst that you have over to one of those other platforms where it can be fed, because that won't happen here. Good luck to you. Oh, thank you, DSR. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you. And yes, please continue to follow the channel and subscribe and enable notifications so that you know when I go live. And there'll be a lot more videos on the channel, a lot more of my fitness content. So, you know. Well, Mike, I didn't see any Cash Apps from you. I get alerts when I get Cash Apps or PayPals, and I saw nothing from you. So until I see something from you, I don't think you should be asking me for anything. Weekend, how do you say your name? Weekend Gamer 3R. Hello, Weekend Gamer. Good to see you. Hey, okay. Where'd you donated 500 through Super Chat? Well, spread some of that Super Chat love over here. I don't have the Super Chat enabled just yet, but my Cash App and PayPal are there for you, sir. So if you're feeling generous, if you're feeling very Santa-like, drop into one of my payment gateways. I love getting donations to my channel. Should you get back with your ex, Trey? Trey, you should. This is no time for you to have a relationship. You're not going to be available. In order to have a relationship, you need to be able to engage with your partner, and you're not going to be able to do that. So you need all your mental energy, all your physical energy needs to be focused on you getting your life right and on your goals. No, I would say you need to be not just single, but like solo. Like, you need to take romance off of your mind, get out of your heart and your groin, and get into your bag, Trey. Like, get into getting your life together, your finances together, your education, or whatever type of, work pursuit you're after, get that together. I get it, but she's your ex for a reason. So what I would suggest you do, Trey, is write down all of the reasons she's your ex to remind you. Because right now you're thinking with your lower head, you're all up in your lust, and that's not going to lead you to a very good place. If she's your ex, it's because things went wrong. So maybe you need to write down a list of the things that went wrong, so you remember why you two aren't right for each other, even though she's attractive. Because attractive comes and goes. There's plenty of attractive ladies out there. You need to be having other things on your mind. Okay, well, if you love her, she'll be there. You can try and pursue her, but you're not really in a position to be able to pursue her, because what makes you think she's going to be loyal when you're away, sir? Digestional health. Well, yes, probiotics are a big part of that. And so I would definitely recommend having probiotic, supplementation. And that is one of the things mentioned, I do believe, on my list of 10 supplements you should have. And that video is on a playlist called fitness secrets revealed on my channel. So check that out. Mike Russo, I certainly can if you give me a Cash App or PayPal. I'm waiting for a donation to the channel, and when I get it, I'll be happy to. I'll even show you the strap and tell you the color. Let's get a donation, sir. Thank you, Mike Mahone. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I don't normally. I just leave the Kimmy Gateway information pinned. I don't normally ask for anything. However, if someone gets on here and starts making demands, you best to believe I'm going to make demands back, because if you're going to try and boss me around, especially if you're asking for something like that, then you need to pay the cost to be the boss, okay? So don't start asking, don't start dictating, don't start trying to puppeteer me without paying me. Okay, that's how that works. And we've got 9 minutes left in the stream. New York City, Mike Mahone, but I am in Florida right now. I'm in South Florida, and I love it. I love the lack of winter here. It's wonderful. And Mr. Mahone, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please consider subscribing and enabling notifications, because I go live every night. I've been going live every night since October. Some nights are a little quiet like this. Some nights are a little more poppin'. I usually come on earlier than this, so I'm paying the price for that. But I have a wonderful, beautiful little baby channel that is growing. And I have guided meditations. I have fitness content. I just started doing fitness content. There is a warm-up workout on my channel. There'll be a glute-focused lower body workout coming up on my channel soon. There's a whole series where I'm your AI robot girlfriend. It's the Made for You Robot Girlfriend series. That's on a playlist on my channel. There's social commentaries on my channel. So go check out my channel homepage and get into those playlists. What? Mrs. Mike Bureau? Okay. Mr. Russo, where's my money? And if you're interested in bikini content, I did do a beach live stream back in November, December, and that is also on that playlist called Fitness Secrets Revealed. And that on that day, I was at the beach talking about how I would be doing a fitness challenge in the spring, and here we are with that fitness challenge. So you can certainly go and revisit that video. Although I'll be doing another one in June once I achieve my summer body, and I'll be doing a, summer body reveal in June. So stay tuned, stay subscribed for that content if that's where your head's at. And if you want more revealing live streams, you'll have to become a channel member. There'll be channel memberships available probably in another 30 days, and those videos will have, I think, content, they'll have a wardrobe that you would be happier with, some of those videos, and those will be for members only. So engage with the channel, stay abreast of the situation. Jared Bell is here. How are you? Jared Bell, king of compliments, always a gentleman, always so courteous and flattering. Love to have you here, sir. You're welcome, Mike. But I don't want to mislead you. Keeping it classy over here. Still going to be quite demure, just more skin, but still demure. So I don't know if that's your cup of tea. You seem like you're looking for something a little raunchy. So I don't think I'll ever be able to fit that need for you. But there'll be more skin. Elegance, but more skin, if that's what you're after. Become a channel member. And I've got 6 more minutes. Yes, I'm working on all things for this channel. There's so much going on here. Mike Mahone, visiting Chicago. No plans to visit Chi-Town. No plans at the moment, but you never know. Life is crazy. A lot of things could happen. That could change. And I've got just over 5 minutes left in the stream. So, Any lingering fitness questions? Any questions about the 10 diets that I broke down earlier? You wish you could visit? Why, so you could take me shopping and buy me everything I wanted? Would that be your number one thing you'd want to do? Yeah, okay. Well, Mr. Bell, you know, you never know. You never know what can happen. You can feel free to, send me some flowers or something, though, if you'd like to take me virtual shopping. My Cash App and PayPal are there for you always. Can we still during the end of it? What are you talking about? Can we still during the end? I have no idea what you're talking about as far as that puberty question goes. Yes, I'm always going to get the coins. I'm a capitalist. I'm in a capitalist society where we literally monetize everything, where nothing is sacred, not even human life. Nothing comes before profit in this society. Did I make the rules? No. Do I support the rules? No. Do I need to live by the rules and thrive and pay bills? Yes. So I will what? Get my coins? Height? What are you asking? Are you saying, can you still grow? Or are you talking about like growing taller, DSR? Is that your question? I don't know. Let me know. I'm not sure what your question is. You're gonna have to help me out there. Yes. I am not a doctor, so I don't know exactly when your growth window ends. I know that there's a certain point at which your growth plates close, and at that point, you're kind of done. I don't know when that happens exactly, and I know what happens for everyone at different ages. Like, it's not like, I think it could end for one person at 14, and it could end for another person at like 20, so I don't know. You would have to, it's something you'd have to talk to your doctor about to figure out where you are in the process and like give you an estimate of how much more time you have before your growth plates close. I'm not really sure. I think most people, you see, it's different for men and women. So I really don't want to tell you, because I know that there's some men who I guess experience late growth spurts in their late teens. So I'm not really sure. You'd have to do some research. Google could help you out. You could Google like when does puberty end and when does your growth plates close for men? You could put that in, or you could ask a doctor about that. So yeah, this has been a wonderful stream. We got 2 minutes left. I'm just excited. I'm excited to be finally doing fitness content and yoga too. I'm excited to do yoga content. All of it feels like it's feeding into doing the meditation videos, because that's what I started with. And I started with the meditation videos because I just think like in some ways it comes first, like, because I think once you have the proper mindset, then working out and every other thing in your life is easier. However, I recognized over time that meditation is maybe a little esoteric, a little too highfalutin, or a little too inaccessible for some people. It's just too much of a leap. And I think fitness and doing the body first for a lot of people is important, and then you can go into the meditation and the mind as something that is a next step. So I had to approach it differently. But I do think fitness is key, fitness is important, and fitness in itself is a form of meditation. When you're really focused on your workout and you're really dialed into it and doing it, it is a meditation. And I think same, especially dancing, I think. So in one sense, it's still a guided meditation, the fitness video. That's the way I think of it. So I'm excited to do it. They're really fun for me to create and make. So more of that. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Alaskan. Love that. Thank you. I'm so glad to have you on the channel. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. Okay, good. I'm glad my voice isn't irritating. That's good. Well, I'm gonna be doing more. I have a whole bunch more. I have a guided meditation journal that I sell on Amazon. It's a 6-week transformation based on meditation. And I originally started doing the guided meditations so that they can work in tandem with the journal I created. So I'm going to do 42 guided meditations on the channel total in order to support the 42 days represented in that journal. So there's going to be a lot more meditation content coming as well. But on that note, and if anyone is interested in that journal, just put my name in the Amazon search bar, Kamina Brandon, and the journal will come up. And if you scroll to the bottom of the page of the Amazon page for the journal, you will see a user submitted video of what the journal is like on the inside. Awesome, I love that. Body scan to sleep, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, maybe I'll talk about that in the next stream. Different sleep techniques that can help with recovery during this. Great idea. Thank you, Alaskan. You gave me a great idea for maybe the next stream. All right, on that note, I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for being here, everyone, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.